Welcome back, everyone. And here we are once again in Austria for the second Grand Prix of Season 5. Raining right now, so everyone is on intermediates. No idea how the race is going to be, but we'll find out, I guess, in 20 minutes. Wondering if it's gonna rain like that during the actual race, but let's go on board with Yari, first driver to set a lap today. And already an invalidation for Yari. Really hard track. Next one is Phase. Making sure it doesn't invalidate turn 1. Coming down the airpin. Looking good for Phase. In these conditions. Not raining too hard, but really slippery track. And let's find out what's going to be the time to beat, and it's a 1:12 flat for Phase. Up next, we're gonna get a McLaren, I think Sammy. Nope, El Trucker sets a 11.5. Lanzi goes with a 12.6. Eoin 12.6. And Lanzi 12.7. Joe 12.7 as well. Max 11.9, and Tom H following up 12 flat. Go on board with Herbie in a Williams in invalidation turn 1. And Gomez goes with a 12.3. Arjan validates. What about Dart? With an AlphaTauri in front of him. Dagizu 12.5. Lenikovsky 12.5 as well. Really close together. Norjay 13.2. SF Rock is out of the session. I think Dark is on outlap. Let's go on board with Rocky. A bit wide and invalidates. Fortunate for him at the end of the lap. Farico coming up turn 3. And Yari sets a 17.4. Just a banker lap, I guess. And Yari sets now a 11 flat, so 5/10 in front of El Trucker, and El Trucker improves in his time, 11.4, but nowhere near Yari, and Farico goes with a 12.8. And Eoin, 11.8, goes P3 at the moment. So Herbie will have to be careful on the last corner. And it's a 11.3 solid lap for Herbie. Wow. Let's go on board with Arjan. Arjan still invalidates. Surely we'll have to come in the pit. What about Dark? Invalidation for Dark. Rocky. Is he looking to improve? I don't think he is. Sami is coming to start a lap, and he invalidates, so he won't be able to make a lap. Let's go on board with FaZe, starting a new lap. And goes wide, misses braking point. No invalidation yet, but I think he lost too much time. And he goes on the grass, don't know why. Alright. So and Lenikovsky now. I think something happened at the hairpin. Lenikovsky's out of the session. And people are still going on 4 laps sold. Inters. It's hard to follow who's on the hot lap and who's not. So let's go on board with FaZe. I think he should be setting up a lap right now. Not raining too much, but track is really, really wet. Improvement for FaZe. A bit wide at turn 3. Missed the apex there. A bit of a snap from the rear. Coming down to turn 7, still improvement for FaZe. Might be able to jump Eoin, but that's it. Oh, and he spun. Let's go on board with Yari, who sets a purple sector 1. A bit of a snap. Oh, a big snap from Yari and nicely caught, but will have to board his lap. What about Max? And no. 6 laps sold. Really good. And Lenzi goes P7. Dark is not looking to be on a lap. What about Eoin? No improvement in sector 1. What about sector 2? Nope. And Lenzi's up, but invalidates. Just trying to find out who's gonna come for a hot lap. I think it's going to be one of the Alfa Romeo. He's going board with Eon and goes wide and invalidates. And spun. He's out of the session. Should be a Williams coming up next. And it's Herbie. Improvement in Sector 1. Looks like rain has stopped. So track should be drying up. Let's check out how much time left in the session. 6 minutes and a half. So don't know if the track will have enough time to dry up and maybe go for a try on the slicks. No improvement from Herbie in Sector 2, who actually lost time. And goes a bit too much on the curb and invalidates. Let's go on board with Dalgizu. Yeah, timing will be really important. Looking like it's drying up as we see a Ferrari without any front wing. And Dalgizu sets a fastest Sector 2 because the track is drying up really, really quickly. So we should see a lot of time improvement, and look like Dalgizu will gain time and gets a P5 at the moment. So let's go on board with maybe Arjan. Validation again for Arjan. Wow, really struggling. Joe also validates. Who's up next? Lancy? Coming up, turn 6 with Lancy. And we see one guy on the softs, Farico, right now in the pit. And doesn't look good for Lancy. I think he's just in a hurry to get in the pit and try the slicks. So who's gonna be the one to go on slicks? Small improvement for Max in Sector 1. I'm just trying to keep an eye in the pit. Looks like the two Haas driver are maybe gonna try on soft. Maybe they're just waiting for the track to dry up just a bit more. But I mean, if there's no car on track, the track won't dry. Big improvement in Sector 2 for Max. Really close in invalidation right there. Really gaining time right now. And it's a 11.1. And two more drivers are maybe having a look at the softs. Who's gonna come out? Who's gonna come out first? That's what I'm wondering. Stan goes with an invalidation. Yari's still on inters. And I think that if Norge and Farico waits just a bit more, they could benefit a lot from this. Because I don't think everyone's gonna try the slicks. As we see a Red Bull coming out of the way, thank you. But yeah, I think they're just gonna wait, and I think they have Well, they have nothing to lose because they're just way down the grid right now. So almost under 2 minutes, and Yari improves in Sector 2. Track is really drying up right now. So yeah, let's just wait and find out, I guess. And Yari coming up with a 10.8. Really, really solid lap for Yari. Saw a Red Bull coming out of turn 1. Go on board with Rocky. Oh, and Federico goes for the intermediates. I don't know why Rocky went all the way down. Oh, and he retires from the session, so... Is Norjay gonna be the only one to try on soft? Not that much time remaining in the session, I guess. Oh, under a minute, so he's done. He's pretty much done. Really, really surprised right there as we see a Red Bull part at the exit of turn 3. Let's go on board with our tracker. Tiny improvement. Sector 2, and he invalidates at the exit of turn 8. Fortunate for him. Herbie's improving right now. A lot of people retired from the session. And Herbie sets a faster Sector 2. Oh, a bit of a snap, and it's done. It's done for him. What about Stan? Coming up to turn 3. Can he get P1? Is Yari still out? I think he is. Yep, he's still out. And FaZe goes with the 11.1. And Yari's gonna come up next. And no improvement for Yari. So up next it's going to be Federico, followed by maybe Tom H and Sten. So let's keep an eye on those 3. Right on the line. Let's find out what Federico's gonna do. No, just one place for Federico, but Sten gets P2, and that concludes the quali. A really nice improvement. Really, really sad that we didn't get to see somebody on slicks, but whatever. So we got Yari P1, Stan P2, Max P3, FaZe P4, Herbie P5, Dalgizu P6, El Trucker P7, Lanzi P8, Sammy P9, Joe P10, Tom H P11, Eon P12, Rocky P13, Dark 14, Gomez 15, Arjan 16, Federico 17, Norjay 18, Lenikovsky 19, and SF Rock in last place. So let's find out what's the weather gonna look like, and it's clear sky. So none of the quality time matters now because it's we're gonna get a dry track. So don't know what's the pace gonna look like. I know that Yari gets has a really good pace on this track. A tracker as well. Don't know about the other guys, but I guess we'll find out in about 2 minutes. But yeah, let's go through pit strategy. Yari, well, let's go. Just wait a sec. Tire. Yeah, Yari and Stan on mediums. Because they got free choice since it was raining in the quali. But yeah, I think it's a great decision to try the mediums at the start. So yeah, Yari Stan as they're gonna get a good strategy if they can pull it off and stay in the DRS of maybe Max and FaZe. I think FaZe and Max are gonna get a bit more traction, and they should end up being in front, I think, at the start of the stint. But you can do a one stop. So mediums is around lap 20 to 25, and then you can go on the softs. Let's go back to position change. So yeah, what's your prediction, guys? Let's hear it. As we're just waiting on the grid to form up. And there we go. First red light. 5 red lights. And lights are off. And away we go in Austria. And great start from Stan, who gets the inside, and big crash behind Ferrari and Haas. And Stan goes a bit wide. A bit of contact. And there's another contact at the back. Sami Jensen caught in a crash. And elbows are out between Yari and Stan, and virtual safety car. And there's a collision during VSC between FaZe and Yari. Wow, big crash from Sami and Lenzi. Don't know if that they both have damage, but Sami has no wing. No front wing for Sami, so he's gonna have to go in the pit. And there's a bit of a gap between Rocky and Lenikovsky. And I think Stan got a warning on VSC, so really sucks if he got one. And 5 drivers are in the pit as we go again in Austria, and Yari gets a bit of the slipstream, has a look on the inside but goes back. And look at the train. And Joe now chasing down Del Gizu, has a look on the inside, goes on the curb, and I think he's gonna get it. But Del Gizu is not letting him go, and now he's pushing him just enough and gets his position back. Nice racing between those guys. And now Yari's really close up behind Stan. And Alfa Romeo wide. go back in front. And DRS is enabled, so now Jari will get a easy pass on Sten. And what about Tom H? Chasing down two guys, and now Joe and Del Gizo are still battling in front of him, so maybe he's gonna get the best of it. And Joe's in front right now. Tom H is on the inside. And they both get past Del Gizu as Arjan goes against Eoin. And SF Rock goes in front of Dark now. It's a big jump from SF Rock, who started at the back of the grid. So a last two challenge for SF Rock right now. And Jari sets the fastest lap, and now I thought FaZe made the move on Max, but that's impossible because they're too far away. But now Rocky really pushing behind Gomez, and Tom H is flying, and there's a bit of a glitch in the standings. That's really weird. Kind of hard to follow the standings. I'm really confused right now. And Sami goes past Lenzi. And Sten is almost out of the DRS range of Jari. So Jari's actually doing a pretty good job at pulling away from the rest of the grid. And it's really hard to catch people if you don't have DRS. Great exit from Gomez. I think he's gonna go right after Eoin. Eoin is using DRS to defend. Is he gonna get have a look on the inside? No, he doesn't. Nice DRS train right now. Now Arjan really close behind Del Gizu in the Williams. And Sten is completely out of DRS from Jari, so he's gonna have to defend against FaZe. Dark with a 3-second penalty. Can Arjan make a move? And Lenzi goes past Sami, so they're switching position as there's a McLaren. And it's Sami, and El Trucker passed him. And look at the train from P6 to P12. A close battle between Joe and Tom H, who's having to pull the move to defend his position. And Tom H is quite low on ERS right now, so should be an easy move on not this straight, but next one. If he can get a good exit. And I don't think he got the best exit to go under attack, but now Irby closing the gap against Max. And Arjan really close behind El Gizu as well. And Joe goes on the outside of Tom. Ooh, and elbows are out. And Joe will get the inside of this corner. And I think it's done and dusted for Joe. As Sami picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Stan with a 3-second, and now Sami DNF'd in the pit lane. So now Joe's having to defend against Tom. And FaZe looking at Stan on the outside. And now Fattori joins the party of Max. And Arjan goes on Del Gizu. And Stan takes his position back. A lot of action going on. A bit of bump. And a ghosted Red Bull right there. Lots of action going on right now. And Lanzi makes a move on the Farico at the back. Oh, and there's a Red Bull. I think it's Rocky. And Rocky lost it. A great exit from Gomez on Eoin. And now they're both side by side. And it's a drag race. And Gomez on the inside. And managed to make the move. And now FaZe makes the move on Stan. And Joe and Arjan are both battling really, really hard. Arjan on mediums and Joe on softs. And Joe still has the inside, but wow, look how close they are. Banging wheels, and Joe has to back off. And now Del Gizu joins the party and gets the inside on Joe. Wow, what a battle between those three. So he will have to start again. And now Arjan trying to catch up Tom. And now Irby maybe chasing down Stan and FaZe. And 2-car, maybe 3-car wide at turn 3. And wow, look at the grip of Irby on this. What a move. Stan never saw it coming. And now FaZe has the chance on the inside of Stan. And Arjan and Tom are battling. Arjan gets the inside of next turn. No, it doesn't. Ooh, that was really, really close to contact. Yeah, really aggressive move, but managed to make it work. And look how close Arjan is to Tom. And Del Gizu as well. Dummy on the inside. And Arjan has to defend and goes past Tom at turn 1. And now Del Gizu will have a look at Tom as well. Tom's red light is flashing. No DRS for him. And Dark makes the move on SF Rock. And Joe is chasing down Tom as well. And Herbie and FaZe are both battling in front. But Herbie keeps his position at the moment. And Norjay on Rocky are switching up. And yellow flag in Sector 3, I think it was in Alfa Romeo. Maybe Eoin? Yeah, it was Eoin. And he's going in the pit, got the wing damage. And now Stan. Around lap 12, so if he was on soft, let's go to tire. So yeah, he can manage to make the medium work to the end. And a nice battle going on between Herbie, FaZe, and Stan. And also Max, who joined the party due to them battling up. But I think right now, we should see more soft runner coming in the pit. Oh, and AlphaTauri goes wide, and it's Max. And I think he got damage on this one. And yeah, you have to be really, really careful on these old softs. Because they should be around maybe 30 to 40% right now, I think. So it should help FaZe actually to be with the medium runners to maybe extend his tire stint. And yellow in sector 2. And Federico. Okay, that's with Max. Max is in the pit. But yeah, we should see soft runner coming in the pit sooner or later. As we see maybe Tom H going in the pit. Yeah, Tom H is going in the pit. Maybe trying the undercut on the other soft runners. And now Gomez and Joe are battling. And there's an AlphaTauri in the grass. I don't know who that is. It's Max. And Joe takes his position back. And Max just lost it. And now go Stan. And now Stan. No. Really, really deadly curb. And now Del Gizu has no defense whatsoever. A lot of VRS, but won't have DRS. And I don't think he's gonna defend too hard. Because he knows that Arjen has DRS right now. And now Del Gizu having a look on the inside, and elbows are out between him and Arjen, and Del Gizu takes his place back. And now El Trucker goes past Federico. And Lenikovsky against Rocky. And I think that FaZe should pit right now because he's just gonna lose time, I think. Let's just find out where it's gonna take him when he goes in the pit. But I think it was It was Tom who went in the pit first with the soft runners. So we'll keep an eye on that. And now Joe with Tom. And Joe makes the move on Tom. And Tom on the inside. But I think Joe got better traction. And we'll get the inside of next turn. Maybe a switchback, but no. There's no room for him. And Farico is battling between with El Trucker. And who's gonna come on top? And looks like it's El Trucker at the moment. And now Arjan goes for late braking at turn 3, but won't be enough. And Lenikovsky DNF'd. Did he hit the wall? And a bit of contact between Arjan and Del Gizu. Tough driving, and now Joe takes Dark. And yeah, Dark is just losing time right now. And Joe's closing the gap on Norjay. He has to cut his way through traffic right now and maybe pull a gap between him and Tom H. And now FaZe goes in the pit. And Dark should follow as well. And now Tom makes the move on Norjay. And should be Gomez up next. As we see an Alfa Romeo coming out of the pit lane in its phase on fresh mediums. And now Gomez. Move past Norjay. And now it's a battle between FaZe and Norjay. And FaZe gets the outside and better grip. Nicely done. And what about Farico on El Trucker? Both side by side. Coming up to turn 3. Nice battle between those two. But now El Trucker gets the RS. Will he make the move? On the outside. But we'll get the inside. Maybe a switchback for... Oh, a bit of contact between Farico and El Trucker. And El Trucker, Farico lost grip. Let's go back to FaZe. Chasing down Gomez right now, late braking. Stick his nose on the inside. And now it's going to be a drag race between the two Aston Martin. Oh, and a bit of a block from Tom. Isn't that teamwork right there? And Arjan picks up a 3-second penalty, but he's way in front. And Farico and El Trucker are still going at it. And look at FaZe getting impatient right now. And I think Gomez should make the move on Tom in the next straight. Because he's going to get passed by FaZe. And that won't be good. Look at FaZe going. Closing the gap. Looking at the inside. Late braking from FaZe. And he makes the move on both Aston Martin right now. And now it's a drag race up to turn 4. And Tom H has no DRS. So that will be up to FaZe. And what a move. taking both Aston Martin at turn 3. Hats off to FaZe on that move. And now Herbie goes for a early pit stop. Trying to undercut. So 15 laps on soft. That yeah, 16 laps on soft. That will be a long stretch. And now Tom looking at FaZe. FaZe ghosted for a moment right there. That was kind of weird. And both of them have DRS. And makes a dummy on the inside. FaZe will get DRS out of Herbie. Oh, and that will help FaZe a lot if he can stay in the DRS of Herbie, because Herbie will just drag him with his soft and faster compound. And now Yari goes in the pit. Coming out of the pit lane right now. And Stan makes the move on Lenzy. But FaZe has lost DRS to the does he? No. Oh, there was a kind of bug in the standing right now, but yeah, FaZe is out of DRS. And virtual safety car. What happened? What? It's Lenzy? No. Why is there a virtual safety car? And that's a weird start from Dark and Rocky. Don't know if they... Yeah, it's really weird. Now Yari... Oh, Arjan is in the pit. Oh, and that's gonna cost FaZe a lot of position. Or maybe not. Tom has a penalty as well. So does Gomez. So he'll be good. Kind of weird what's going on right now. And now Gomez goes in front of Tom. Was it team order? But now they lost DRS to the boys in front, and they're gonna be really, really tough to catch up because they have Herbie dragging them on softs. So you kind of have to be lucky when you come out of the pit. If you end up in the no DRS zone, it's just... You're just gonna lose time to the boys in front. Now Dalgizu goes in the pit for fresh softs. And he's gonna come out P9 at the moment. Way in front of Eoin. And now Joe lost the DRS of Herbie. So Herbie will have to work really, really hard to close the gap to 3 seconds due to Yari's penalty. So don't know if that's possible for him. But anyway, that's a P2 at the moment. And Yari has the fastest lap. 104.8. solid lap from Yari. And now Federico and Max are going at it. Entering turn 6. Federico on soft. So he has to pass Max to make his tire worth it. Dark goes past Rocky. But Rocky stays close. And he's gonna get the inside. Nicely done. And now Federico finally going at Max. Trying to catch up Lindsay. And now FaZe looking at Joe, the other Mercedes driver. And now it's gonna be a drag race. But FaZe has DRS, not using ERS at all. And he's gonna try the inside once again. And I think it should be it. Nicely done. And now FaZe has to create a 3-second gap between him and Joe. Oh, Yari with another 3-second penalty. Is it gonna cost him the race? Let's go through penalties. Not this one, this one. Yari 6 seconds, FaZe 3 seconds, Tom H 3 seconds, Gomez 3 seconds, Arjan 3 seconds, Stan 9 seconds, Eon 3 seconds, Rocky 6, Dark 6, Lindsay 9, Federico 6, and Max 3 as well. And Lindsay gets another penalty. Let's go back to the action. And Gomez stays behind Tom. And now Dark on Rocky. And gets the DRS. And make the move at turn 3. Easy does it for him. But now Rocky's gonna get DRS once again. As a look on the inside, late braking from Rocky, and nicely done. And gets his position back. And now Norjay is gonna join the party, I think. On soft, so he has to close the gap and maybe try to launch an attack on Dark sooner or later. Rocky on 10 laps old mediums pitted really early. And Arjan goes past SF Rock. And now Rocky, Dark, going past Rocky. Is Norjay gonna join the party? Both of them side by side. A bit wide for Rocky. Stan with another 3-second penalty. And FaZe got his second between him and Joe, so he has to pull away if he want to remain on the podium. Oh, and Rocky with his 3-second penalty. And Gomez and Tom H switch position. And Norjay is really struggling to keep up with the Rocky and Dart. Really surprised right there. Now Rocky goes for the inside move. And now Yari is really pushing hard. And there's a yellow in Sector 3. Is it Ferrari? Is it El Trucker? Don't know what's happening right there. Maybe connection issues. And Yari's just flying off. So I don't think his position is in danger whatsoever. And there's a Ferrari. And I think it's El Trucker. And El Trucker DNF'd at turn 3. Let's go back on board with Rocky, who gets a great exit. And now side by side with Dark and makes the move. And they're just exchanging position as they're in AlphaTauri. And it's Max. Max is in the sandbox. And I think Max DNF'd, or did he just lose it? And now Tom H and Gomez are switching position once again. Five laps to go. 5 laps for FaZe to create a 3-second gap. And penalties are raining right now as Dark goes past Rocky in turn 4. And Stan with another 3 seconds. So let's go through penalties once again. Yari 6, Herbie 3, FaZe 3, Tom 3, Gomez 3, Arjan 3, Dalgizu 3, Stan 15. Eon 3 seconds, Dark 6 seconds, Rocky 9, Lenzi 15, Farico 6, and Max 6 as well. And now Arjan close the gap to Gomez and Tom. And using his ERS, but I think he has to wait on the next straight. And Arjan with a 3-second penalty, and that's gonna cost him. Yeah, now up to 6 seconds, so I think it's just a bit useless to go for a move. And goes for a move on both Aston Martin. A bit of contact, I think, between him and Gomez. And Arjan goes in front of Arjan goes in front of Tom H. And now SF Rock joins the party as well. Starting at the back of the grid. No penalties right now, so he should be jumping to P5. if he remains unpunished right now. Looking good, looking good. And 3 red lights are flashing. Let's go at SF Rock. He has 30%. So, no risk to take. Let the boys battle in front and maybe trying to go for a move. And Arjan goes for a move inside on Gomez at turn 3. And nicely done. But now has to defend. Where is he gonna go? And Gomez goes for the inside and Tom H follows behind. And Arjan is really pushing these softs to the limit. And now he's gonna get DRS. So he should have a look at Gomez. And he goes for the outside. And is Tom gonna follow him through? No, he doesn't. Stays behind. And SF Rock is just following the group. And looking at the P5. And now Norjay. Norjay finally making the move on Rocky. Oh, and AlphaTauri goes in the wall. It's Lanzi. Lanzi DNF. I don't think there will be any safety car since we're in almost a final lap. And Joe goes wide. No, he lost P4. Oh, that's so sad for Joe. He had a great race. A bit of a glitch once again in the standings. Or is it? And Stan goes with the 5-second penalty. What happened right there? And Stan DNFs. Where is he? Did he hit the wall? And that's it. Yari gets P1. And look at SF Rock jumping to P4 and I had no penalty, so really clean driving from SF Rock. I'm just gonna say it right now. SF Rock is my driver of the day for sure. Starting at the back of the grid. All the way down to P20 and managed his way up to P4. So really nice driving. As we're just waiting on Ferico to complete his race. Come on, buddy. And SF Rock, once again, driver of the day. He was in Canada. Managed his way up as well, but made a maybe just a bit more move today. Once again, clean driving. And congrats to Yari, Herbie, and FaZe for that podium. So, Let's go through the standings. We got Yari P1, Herbie P2, Face P3, SF Rock P4, Gomez P5. Great result from both Aston Martin. Tom H P6, Delgizu P7, Arjan P8, Joe P9, Eoin P10, Norjay P11, Dark P12, Rocky P13, Farico P14, Sten P15, Lanzi. I think they all DNF though. Oh no, Lanzi P16 and the rest DNF, but I was pretty sure that Lanzi DNF because he hit the wall. And Stan as well, so yeah, Stan and Lanzi are DNF as well. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this, and let's see you guys next weekend at Belgium. Looking forward to this. So yeah, let's find out next weekend. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. All right, bye everyone.